Marvel Universe has a loyal fan base across the world. Having introduced the well-known and immensely loved superheroes, Marvel has been going strong for many years now. Initially, it started as comics, later adapted into film series and TV series, which established the superheroes and supervillains the same. If you're a fan, you know Venom, the alien symbiote, associated with Eddie Brock, a journalist. In cinemas, Venom first appeared in the third film of the Spider-Man series starring Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man and Eddie Brock, played by Topher Grace. In 2018, Venom got its own standalone film starring the ever-charming Tom Hardy as Eddie Brock, and the sequel was released in 2021. We also got a glimpse of Venom entering the Marvel Cinematic Universe in the end credits of Spider-Man No Way Home. But this video is not about Eddie Brock, Venom, or Spider-Man. In this video, we will be talking about Kid Venom, a boy called Canaro from Japan. Kid Venom first made his appearance in a quite recently released 2023 comic book titled Death of the Venomverse #2 in the backup story, Kid Venom Origins Episode 1, created by Taigami, a talented manga artist. But is he related to Venom? How far does he fit in? How powerful is Kid Venom? Let's look back from the beginning.
Before we go into our explanation, we have a very small request. If you like our content, please support us by subscribing to our channel. This is a small click for you, but for us, it means a lot. Thank you. Let's begin.
Kid Venom. When you think about Kid Venom, the first thing that pops up in your mind is the son of Eddie Brock, Dylan Brock. But that is not the case. Dylan is not the Kid Venom and has a different and complicated story to tell, which is for another episode. To know who Kid Venom is, we need to go back around 1,000 years in time. The story starts in Japan in the year 977 AD, outside the capital of the country. There is a small village surrounded by hills and greenery, but the people are scared of something. The men are ready with their wooden weapons to fight a battle, whereas the women and the children are scared for their lives. One of the men reassured his kid that dealing with an Anie for a short while is nothing compared to working on a farm the whole year. The Anie appeared right in front of them, breaking the door and entering the premises. It looks like a demonized version of some wild animal. Anie has red fur all over its body, big sharp teeth that could easily cause intense harm, and big white eyes in an uneven shape. Its tongue is so long that it hangs out as it opens its big mouth. As Anie starts charging towards the men, someone suddenly appears and kicks Anie in the face from the side. This caused the Anie to crash into the ground on the other side. There he was, a strong, muscular boy in his early teens who declared himself a samurai from the capital. He asks the villagers to stay in that place as he is going to take away that monster from there. As Anie was reviving, the boy said, "Wake up, Clinter." As soon as he said these words, his body started to be covered with a bluish-black creature with eyes and teeth similar to Anie's. The boy is named Kentaro. Clinter versus Anie. After Canaro awakened Clinter, his whole body was covered by the symbiote. Anie was charging towards them, making Clinter happy to see another symbiote. According to Clinter, it had been some time since they fought an evil spawn, and that increased its hunger. It ate fellow symbiotes to feed its hunger and increase its power. The fight started between the red and the bluish-black creatures, one possessing the body of an animal and another living in the body of a young boy. The villagers are terrified of seeing two Anies. Fighting just one was a dangerous task for them, and now they have two in front of them. But the boy reassured him that his symbiote has a good relationship with him as they keep their sanity bonded. To avoid any collateral damage, Kentaro took the fight to the sky, but Anie seemed to be overpowering them as it trashed Kentaro to the ground and started spreading its symbiote offspring in the air. Everyone realized that the offspring were targeted towards the villagers to turn them into the hosts, and if they entered their bodies, the villagers would lose control of themselves, turning into Anies. Just in time, Clinter saved them all by spreading its arms and catching hold of the offspring right before they entered the bodies of the villagers. After saving them, Clinter threatened Anie and said the words "change to falcon." As it changed into a huge falcon, it landed on top of Anie and started clawing, biting, and chewing at it, revealing a bear screaming in pain. But why is Clinter different from the other symbiotes? Kentaro and Clinter's bond. Symbiotes are parasitic life forms. Once they enter the body of a living being, they feed off their host's adrenaline. But Clinter does not feed on Kentaro's adrenaline. Instead, it eats other symbiotes to survive. Whenever Clinter eats other symbiotes, it also absorbs their memories as well as the memories of their hosts, which makes it grow and evolve. And since Kentaro is bonded with Clinter, he absorbs the powers that his symbiote has consumed after eating another symbiote. This may be the reason why Kentaro has so much strength that he can throw Anie to the ground without even awakening Clinter. A boy of his age with that much power is all because of his unique symbiote that is residing in his body. Kentaro and the bear. The bear is sleeping in a jungle when a woman with white hair and red eyes approaches him. She calls him the king of the jungle and asks him to give that power to the true king, referring to herself. The bear woke up scared. It was a dream. Kentaro was sitting beside him. The bear is home and his cub is happy to see his father alive. The bear was surprised to realize that he could talk to a human. To this end, Kentaro explained that since he ate his Anie, he has the power to talk to him. Since he also absorbed all his memories, he brought the bear to his den. Kentaro sent a letter through Tensuke, a blue-colored bird. As Kentaro stayed in the village to repair the damage, Tensuke reached Kyoto with the letter. How powerful is Kid Venom? The creator of Kid Venom, Taigami, took the character of Kentaro from famous Japanese folklore and the history of the country's Heian era. The legend says that Kentaro was a strong boy and lived with his mother on Mount Ashigara. He went on to become one of the 4 famous legendary samurai of Minamoto Yorimitsu. Taigama liked the idea of combining a Japanese legend with a comic character and thus created Kid Venom. Kentaro is a strong, muscular boy and a samurai. It is unknown as of now from where he got in contact with the symbiote Clinter. Being a samurai, he is a trained professional, but most of his strength comes from Clinter. It is a unique symbiote that does not feed on its host's adrenaline. Instead, it eats evil symbiotes, saves living beings, and provides power and memories to Kentaro. This adds to the strength of the samurai. Having the power of so many dead symbiotes makes him a powerful boy at such a young age, who single-handedly handled an Anie. Marvelous verdict. The end of this issue left us with a cliffhanger. What was said in Kentaro's letter, and who was the man to whom the letter was addressed preparing for? Mixing the elements of history, folklore, and modern comics made such a good combination for a character like Kid Venom. This is the first manga-style comic by Marvel. The origin story has not been explored in depth yet, but the character of Kentaro is already very likable and is both himself and his symbiotic alternative Clinter. Clinter is what made me curious. How can an Anie that possessed the bear and Clinter be so different? Who was that woman with white hair who approached the bear? Was she an Anie? If a story leaves me with so many questions, it only creates excitement to read the next part and explore the characters in depth to know what reality is. Taigami initially started working on this comic back in 2018. The initial title was Venom Boy, which was now changed to Kid Venom. Marvel Comics decided to publish this comic series in January 2024 and has many more exciting plans for this character in the future, including a solo series of his own. What is exciting about Kid Venom is that the relationship between the alien parasite and the host doesn't seem traumatic, toxic, or terrorizing. Also, Kentaro is a kid and has been a host since an early age. We may see a strong bond as Kid Venom grows up and he gets to know more about Symbiote.
If you enjoyed this video, click on the like button and comment below about which other movie reviews you would want to watch. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel.